Hi everyone, I am here with the monthly jewelry making fun collab for 2021, where each month we have a color to follow, a mandatory color, and this month it's an either or, and I'll tell you that in a minute, and then 2 optional challenges. So the colors this month are either pale yellow or pale blue. They did not have to be combined. They could be, but it was an either or. Then the first optional challenge was to wire wrap something, and the second one was to make a religious Easter theme or Earth Day theme. So I didn't do religious, and I didn't really do Earth Day in the sense that it's not like trees. I didn't do any trees like Tree of Life or anything. I thought about it, but I didn't. I did do some natural kinds of things, and you'll see that as we go through this. But because I'm doing the Joy of Blue collab, and I've been doing so much blue lately for other things too, I decided to do pale yellow. And this is not a color I use very often, so it was a stretch, but once I got going I was like, and I pulled out all kinds of yellow, cream, etc. colored beads, some pale, some not so pale. And there were some in particular that I really wanted to use, and you'll see them at the end. But let me show you the first set I did, and we'll talk through it. All right, let's see. Okay, this is the first set I made. It's a necklace, bracelet, and 2 pairs of earrings. And what I used were, for the pale yellow, I'll pick this up because it's easier to do. These are mother of pearl, and I've had these in my stash for a while. I got them at Fire Mountain. They were on closeout, I think, so I don't know if the exact things are still available or not. Also, these are mother of pearl and resin mix, these yellow and white ones. And then these are actually freshwater cultured Baroque pearls in a pale, very pale yellow. It almost looks white, but yeah. And then these are actually calcite, which is a very soft gemstone, but they're round tubes. And let's see what else. And then these are brass heishi beads, and I used on both the necklace and this, I used 4mm ones. I don't know if you can see it there at the end. And on either end of the tubes, 6mm ones. On this and the necklace, I used lemon quartz soft flex beading wire, which is 49 strands, very good wire. I did use a magnetic clasp 11mm one that I had gotten a while back, years ago, at Eureka Crystal Beads. I really want to get more in that size and maybe a smaller size, in both silver. If they have it in like a bronze, that would be great, but I doubt it. And in more gold. I only have one more of these left. I did put wire guardians on. I just felt because you're tugging on this all the time and it's a pretty strong magnet, the cord could wear through, so I put those on. I did not put crimp covers on. I didn't really feel like it needed it since I had a little heishi bead there, and I used small beads. This is a 7-inch bracelet, so let me show you. My wrist is not the most pretty, but you know, it's a little big on me. I have a 6.5-inch wrist, but that's what it would look like. It's a, like I said, it's a 7-inch. Oops, look at that. It even is so strong I did it upside down. That's too funny. Yeah, I'm hooking it upside down. There we go. So it'll stay together no matter which way you have it hooked. So that's the first. Actually, that was the second piece I made. Now see, the thing is, the wire guardian sometimes gets stuck on that clasp because it's magnet. The necklace though has a gold plated copper toggle clasp, and it is I want to say it's about 20 inch. Let me see if I wrote that down because I was logging everything. 22 inch. It's 22 inch necklace. Oh, if that's the right one. Yeah, I think so. Yes. 22 inch necklace. It lays very nice on. Same idea. The mother of pearl resin, the pearls, the small Heishi beads. Only I have 3 flowers on this time. And the tubes in calcite. And really it's just a simple strung necklace, but I think it's really pretty and nice for spring or Easter or summer even. And then the earrings, I did one. Okay, now those pearls were too big for the earrings. They just didn't look right. So if you watched my last Joy of Blue, not my last one, the one before that, I think, I had used a lot of check glass pearls and I had 2 left. Those are the 2. So I finished them up in that package anyway from, they were from Fusion Beads, I believe. More of the resin mother of pearl. I actually only have one of those left because I used some in another couple pieces. I'll show you in a minute. The flowers, and these are on a domed head pin, but I do have the little Heishi beads there and there. And these are on gold plated copper ear wires, which I hammered because otherwise they're too soft. I didn't make them. I had bought them years ago and I'm not terribly happy with them because they are so soft and it's hard to find some that match. But anyway, these match pretty well, and these next ones up here do too. And so here I use the 6mm Heishis and the white calcite, and I just dangled the flower. So they're nice. Both pair are nice and dangly. You can see it dangling. If you like dangly earrings, I do. So yeah. And then the next piece I made was this, which I love. This has a toggle, but it's a sun toggle. I had gotten this one at Fire Mountain, but it's USA made. I believe it might be a Tiara cast toggle. It was the only one in the package from Fire Mountain. I don't know if they still have them. But my starting point for this was these check glass sunflower beads, which I had hauled from Potomac Beads not too long ago. If you watch my Potomac Beads hauls, that they were in that, and I wanted to use those. Also, I wanted to use these, which are a recent haul from Stars Beads. These are the yellow tiger's eye beads, and then these little brown ones are Jupiter Jasper, which I had just happened to have laying out on my beading table because I've had a necklace started since August. And I'm going to do a video soon and just say let's finish this necklace because I need to get it off my desk. And so were these little, they call them 3mm, but they're closer to 4mm. They're bone, actually, antique bone. Antiqued bone, they call them. So they're sort of yellowed a little bit. And there's just 2 of those in each of those. So I used a double beading wire. I did not use the yellow quartz because it was a little too thick. So this is just a gold color thinner beading wire. I don't know the brand. I got it from jewelrymaker.com, which is a UK company. I did double crimp. I put a crimp here and here, and also a wire guardian on again because again that's thinner wire and I didn't want it pulling. So basically this is 2 strands of wire going through here, and then it splits. One goes that way and one goes this, and then I did the opposite in the middle, which is the part that lays on your wrist, like that. And then the opposite again here, and then back to just the 2 strands together. And as soon as you crimp this one, oops, sorry, you cut off one part of the beading wire and then go up through this one with only one and back down, so that there's only 2 strands going through that top crimp. So that is that bracelet. And hang on, Okay, so continuing, I made one pair of earrings to go with that bracelet, and here they are, and they're a double dangle, and I just used the sunflower beads, the yellow tiger eye, and the Jupiter jasper and bone, and I put them on antique brass ear wires from Beadbox Bargains, and the head pins and eye pins are from Beading in antique brass as well. And they also have good movement. I think these are 2 1/4 inches, so these are probably like 2 3/4 inches. Let me just see, maybe 2 1/2. No, probably 2 3/4 for those. All right, I will be right back. I have to switch this out. I have more to show you. Okay, everybody, here are the last 3 pieces that well, actually, not quite, but the last 3 yellow pieces I made, let's put it that way. So I brought in the Jesse James Beads Never Give Up kit that I had shown. I had gotten like 4 or 5 that had little tokens. This one said Never Never Give Up, and it had these yellow butterfly wings in it, and this yellow and black butterfly. But I actually wasn't even originally thinking of using that butterfly. I pulled out these beads that I've had in my stash since 2012. They are hand painted glass from India, and I had gotten them at jewelrysupply.com. So I went on jewelrysupply.com today. They don't have any of these round ones, and they have a similar, actually it's funny, the picture they show on their main category, hand painted glass, is a blue version of this, which I also have, but that particular one is not available. And also everything's on sale there right now, so if you're interested in these, I'd hop on over there because they're like cheap compared to what I got them for in 2012. Anyway, they come in a pack of 2, so there were 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of these. And like I said, I've had them here since 2012, and I wanted to use them up. Then also, these were from a recent grab bag from Potomac Beads. So if you watched my Potomac Beads haul video that had the grab bags, well, there were 4 in a pack, but I used 3 of them. And then these 2 chunky roundish nuggets are from the Hobby Lobby gemstone mix that I used in my most recent Joy of Blue with the turquoise mismatched necklace. There were 2 of these yellow chunks in there, so I wanted to use them. And then these are faceted calcite beads, and these are those mother of pearl and resin beads. And then most everything else is the Jesse James. So these little beads here, for example, that are yellow with black are Jesse James. These sort of goldenrod color ones are Jesse James. These here are all Jesse James from the kit. This spacer here is from Jesse James. Again, the 3 beads inside here, it's like a yellow crystal with these 2 of these little yellow and black crystals. There's some shiny rhinestone spacers on either end of these long tubes. Those are from the Jesse James Beads mix. Let's see what else. The butterfly is, again, the crystal and that. And this has a gold back, but I used it anyway. And then this, I don't know if you'll remember, but from Auntie's Beads, I had gotten 4 packs of 4 of these. I have 16 of these things. I'm like, what in the world am I going to use that for? Well, here's one use for it. I made a bead dangle, and since it was sort of Earth Day-ish, that's leaves, right? So we've got some leaves on here, and then I just put a little bit of bead landing chain I've had in my stash. And these, this is mother pearl resin, this is calcite, and all the rest of these are from the Jesse James bead mix, the same bead mix. So that is a long necklace. It is, oh, and I found this Now I got this from Fire Mountain years ago in a pack of like 5 of them. It's a butterfly toggle clasp. It's really big, and I didn't know how I was going to close this, and if I remembered I would had these, I might have used these as a front toggle, but I like the tassel on here anyway. And it is long enough that it's not going to come undone, plus the weight of this will hold it down. Oh, and I do have a large 12mm calcite bead in there, similar to these but not faceted. It's a cream calcite bead. And let me see, what was I gonna look up? Oh, these they were from Fire Mountain, but they were on a packet called Manor Road, and I can't remember who that company was originally. I don't know if it was Blue Moon, because you know Fire Mountain buys out sometimes these companies that are, or they buy a lot of their inventory that are going out of business, like Blue Moon had. So here's some of my wire, well, the whole necklace is wire wrapped links, but I did do a little bit of wire wrapping with beads around these calcite, not calcite, these are probably dyed magnesite or howlite, I'm not sure which. Now these I really don't think are, these might be howlite, because I don't think they're magnesite. I could be wrong. They don't have the brown in them like those blue ones did. So anyway, that is my necklace. Oh, I was going to look at how long it is. I believe it's 28 inches, plus the tassel. Let's see. Yes, 28 inches plus a 2.5-inch dangle. On me, the dangle hits right in my female chest area. And it lays nicely on me, but I'm not very big chested. So anyway, on someone taller also it might be longer, or shorter, I mean. I'm sorry, because I'm a fairly short person. I got my butterfly all tangled up. How'd I do that? There we go. And here I just used a large 9-inch square jump ring, pretty 18 gauge solid one, to hook the butterfly and the whole bead dangle on under it. And when you have it on, the butterfly, it kind of looks nice because that shows through right below the butterfly, but on the back, you know, the crystal's kind of hidden, but when it flies, like if it goes to the side, they'll have something pretty there to look at. So yeah, that is that piece. And these are actually bead jackets. In that that grab bag, I had gotten 2 packs of these. One had 4 yellow and one had 4 like sort of a bone color. It's sort of like the color in here, but I didn't like it with that particular design. I was going for something else. And then, oh, and then the next thing I made were these. These are beads out of the Jesse James again. There's 3 beads on there. These are stainless steel lever backs. And these wings were in the Jesse James beads kit. And all I did was stick it on this on a head pin. And these already had a ring on them. So I just hooked the ring and the little faceted crystal tube thing, which is shaped different on the bottom. Both of them I just hooked onto the lever backs. Now the wings do like collapse together and go out, and so when you wear them, so probably not a good thing to wear those on a windy day because they're very delicate, and they're made apparently out of tulle or some similar fabric to that. They're really pretty. Okay, and the last thing I made in yellow is this bracelet, because I was trying to use up the Jesse James bead kit. Let me show you what I have left in that. First, here is the Fire Mountain, the clasps. Here's what the packaging was. Manor House. It is Blue Moon. So there are 5 butterfly clasps in here, and they're antique silver finish pewter toggle butterfly. And then the Jesse James beads came in this little packet, which I have in a snack baggie because I took everything out. Had 104 beads. I used, well, as of the first necklace. As of this time, I had used more, a little over half. This is all I have left, and then I used a lot more of them in here. So we have calcite. So it's Jesse James, calcite, Jesse James, calcite, Jesse James, calcite, Jesse James, calcite, Jesse James, Jesse James. Mother of pearl resin. I only have one of those left now. These bead caps were from the Jesse James kit. Calcite, mother of pearl, Jesse James, calcite, Jesse James, calcite, Jesse James, calcite, Jesse James, calcite, Jesse James. I did use Beadalon, Wire Guardians, and crimp beads. I used number 2 crimp beads this time. I only single crimped it. And this clasp I got from Fire Mountain also, I believe. And I did use the lemon quartz soft flex beading wire again for this one. So you can sort of see a little bit of yellow through those crystals. I was originally wanting to use these for earrings, but I thought, well, because they're really sparkly and pretty. This is also a 7-inch bracelet. And the toggle does work, but it's a little tricky. You have to kind of point it down to get it to work. And this is meant to be like the center of it. So I'm not going to clasp it, but it would look like that on. You could, nice layering piece. You could layer it with other bracelets. In silver or gold, really. I use silver on it. I use silver on it, but these little rondelles from the Jesse James kit have gold in them. So, and the yellow goes good with gold. And then the also out of Jesse James were these leaf bead caps, and they're in silver. So that's why I use silver, because I wanted it anyway. So that's all the yellow. So this I had made a little bit ago, and I can't remember if I showed this to you or not. I don't think I did, but all these beads were out of a check glass bead mix I bought years ago from EE Beads. So I've been wanting to do like a another 3-strand bracelet. I had done one in Joy of Blue in February. So all these beads, except the little one here on either side, are from that bead mix. Anyway, these are how they came. And like I said, they were from EE Beads, who is out of business. And some company in Texas bought them, but I can't remember the name of that company. These, I think I actually got from Oriental Trading. Sorry for the glare. This was from Fire Mountain, I'm pretty sure. The toggle clasp. It was just called Fancy Toggle Clasp. We've had similar to those in our bargain bead boxes, or maybe at Bead Box Bargains. I don't know. I did use oval jump rings to connect the toggle and the on this end to give it a little more length to be able to go through. And these green beads, I think, are a jade, like a mountain jade. I don't have them right here to tell you, but I just used 2 of them. And then these are all strung on, I believe, Soft Flex's fluorite, which is a pale green beading wire. And I crimped them like right here, and then they're looped onto a wire loop which goes down into this cone, and that, you know, that's where all the strands culminate. So this is, it's really pretty on. I don't want to take it apart right now to put it on, but you can see. And yeah, so it looks like you have a layered bracelet, even though you don't. You have one bracelet. So yeah, just different patterns with the same bead mix. So I thought that came out really pretty, and that's my pale blue right there. So I did do a little bit of pale blue, but I actually had this done prior to preparing for this collab, and that's what I achieved. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Sorry it's so long. Please be sure to go check out all the other participants. We have some amazing jewelry makers in this collaboration, and do come back next month and see what our theme is next month and our optional challenges. Anyway, talk to you soon. Hugs, love, and peace. Thanks again.